One of the biggest problems that we're having in Islamic work is getting people to work with Muslims. We just can't get them. And they all want to work with the Arabs, which are, you go to Jordan right now, almost every block there's a missionary. There are so many missionaries. We have 3 families there, and they keep on bumping into missionaries. There are so many missionaries in Amman. Everybody's in Amman because it's the only one city that you can go to anymore, because all the rest are shutting down in violence. And you can see their problem is, we can't get them to work with the other Muslims, the ones that we want to work with, the ones that are much bigger, because they're so fearful. There is a huge fear of working with Muslims. Some of it's legitimate. You can't say, you go to Afghanistan, you come to Pakistan, you cannot say anything against Muhammad or the Qur'an. It's a capital offense. You will be executed. It's a C-295 law. It's written on the books. So you have to be careful what you say in those kind of countries. But here's the irony about it. It's the Muslims who are the easiest to work with. By far, they're the easiest to work with. I think so. I've worked with them for 40 years. And the reason why is because they're the easiest to get into theological discussion. You talk to an atheist or a humanist, you're not going to get into any discussion. They want to talk about science, or they want to talk about politics or anything other than theology. You can with the Jehovah's Witnesses, they only want to talk about the fact that Jesus isn't God. And if you get into the Mormons, they just want to talk about how great Mormonism is. But they don't really, other than those 2 groups, no one wants to talk about Jesus or the Bible except Muslims. Muslims, that's all they want to talk about. So this is what I say. You have this fear of Islam. Why do you have this fear? You're living in America, you're living in Europe. There should be no fear here. You have all the rights to say anything you want. Say this, start with this. Go up to the first Muslim you come to. You already have made your name. You've already shaken hands. Say, listen, I believe that Jesus is God. I believe the Bible is the Word of God. Do you have an opinion? They're going to have 6 hours of opinion. They're going to want to take you to coffee. They're going to pay for the coffee, for heaven's sakes. They are the easiest people to work with. I don't know why everybody doesn't want to work with Muslims, because they want to talk about things I want to talk about. Don't you want to talk about Jesus? Don't you want to talk about the Bible? Don't you want to talk about the gospel? Muslims will have a whole litany of questions, a whole shopping list of questions on all of these, and just learn the answers. We need to get past this fear. The other problem is Arabic. They don't want to have to learn Arabic. Folks, the vast 85% of Muslims don't speak Arabic. So why are you learning Arabic? Because you have been told that the only people in the world are Arabic speakers. That's a lie. And it's a lie that's been perpetrated by other missionaries who go before you, because they come back from the field and that's all they've used without realizing 85% are being missed. Those people, they need to, and all of those people, listen, if you go to Indonesia, India, Pakistan, or Bangladesh, who do you think they get all their education in? What do you think from middle school on up? Everything is in English. They can speak English even better than you can. For heaven's sakes, go to the English-speaking world, because you're talking almost 1 billion Muslims can speak English. Why in the world should we have this fear of Arabic? Just stick to English and stick to Jesus Christ and stick to the Bible, because then you know you're into a good discussion and they will buy you your coffee.